So just in case you lost track, today is January 9, and exactly 52 years ago, back in 1967, the largest shipment of Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee was exported from Jamaica to Japan, 1,000 bags to be exact. I didn't know that. 2 years ago, to celebrate the 50th year since that happened, came the Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Day. Didn't know that either. So here to tell us what's going on, President of the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, Diane Edwards, and Acting Director General of the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority.
That's a lot.
Whew. Mr. Guston McCook, I feel like saying the third.
I know, right?
What a nice name. Good morning to you both. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. And I hope the year started well, and I hope it's going to be the best year ever for you both.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sir Guston, let me start with you. So this is the first year we're celebrating this?
It is, it is. This Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Day actually came out of a motion moved by our exporters in Japan to have Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Day celebrated in Japan. That was moved in December 2017.
Okay.
But because it was so close to January 9, the following year, it was not observed then. So it's only being observed this year as the first.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
we also moved here in Jamaica to have the day celebrated here so that we have a joint celebration somewhat. Okay,
just to move away just a little bit from the celebration, why is our coffee so good? What is it? The climate? What's the reason for all of this?
Well, I guess it's a similar question they ask why are our athletes so good.
Aha.
Well, the athletes eat yam.
Yeah. No, we have, I think, very good natural climatic soil conditions.
Okay.
And when you combine that with the hands of our farmers and the advice that would have been provided to them, I mean, that, you know, puts a good package in what the output is going to be. And that's what you have in Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee, but Jamaican coffee in general.
Why is there a joint celebration with Japan, Diane?
Because Japan is actually the most important importer of Jamaican coffee. Actually, the Japanese have a very interesting coffee culture. They really prize coffee and really specialty coffee. And we have to remember that Blue Mountain is a specialty coffee. It's kind of like our rum, kind of like fine wine. Why is Champagne the region of Champagne? And that's because of what they call the terroir, which is a wine concept. It's to do with the soil. It's to do with the mineral water that flows through that soil, through the limestone. It's to do with the microclimate. It's to do with the hand selection of the beans. I was in the rum business.
It seems like
quite
you
a
know
while.
quite a lot.
I know about how to produce
Right.
a real high-quality rum. And the similar attributes go into producing a high-quality coffee. And that's what we really need to bring to the fore. And the Japanese actually have a culture of understanding and really developing a halo around a really luxurious product. And that's what Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee is. And that's what we have to recapture and instill in our people.
Speaking
the
of
love
that,
of a real craft.
I was just about to ask if you think we undervalue our coffee.
Frankly, yes, I think we do. I don't think we have the kind of culture. You know, the Japanese make a ceremony of everything. There's a tea ceremony. So in the same way, there's a coffee ceremony. So our coffee shouldn't be just served, certainly not instant, please, never.
You need a percolator.
You need a percolator, you need a French coffee machine with a plunger,
Press.
you need a drip machine. The Japanese actually have some kind of spiral drip that makes, again, the whole thing seem special, because what young consumers want now in particular is an experience. They want something that's different, that takes them away from the humdrum, ordinary day-to-day existence, that takes them into, you know, the aroma of coffee, the whole romance and the history of it. And it has an amazing history. So those are the things. We need Jamaicans to also fall in love with our product,
With our own.
because we don't understand what we have, you know, and we need to value it more. And I think we also need to appeal to tourists so that they know they're coming to the home of the best coffee in the world, and that they are part of that whole experience, and they're going to feel special when they raise that cup.
Yeah. Sir Goslan, in answering my question, you mentioned the farmers, and I think you were suggesting that it's good because of things that they do. Forgive my ignorance. Does that mean that you get the same kind of coffee from every single farmer who's a coffee farmer? Or
No, well, one of the things we do as a regulator body, we set the standards. So there is standard about where the crop is to be planted, the type of crop to be planted, and how do you take care of this crop. There has to be that kind of a standard to ensure that what comes out is what it should be. And so once you follow those, what we call good agricultural practices, you should be able to be getting more or less similar quality.
Should.
Yeah. Should, because there is nature, so it dependent on the rainfall,
Right.
which is going to balance all
Right.
things. So that's why the should is there.
Yeah. And how do you ensure, as Dan was just speaking about this quality that we export, how do you ensure that the quality is always there and you don't get a little dip every now and again? And you know?
Again, that's why we have the standards. So there are standards, I said, for planting. There are standards for the persons who process. So you don't want to take a good thing and then spoil it. So we ensure that there are standards to ensure that what you do will maintain the quality. You cannot change it once it comes out of the field, but you can change it better, but you can't change it for worse.
Okay.
So we ensure that those standards are maintained. So
And
that's
not
why we
to-
set standards. Sorry.
Not to jump on Neville's question, but a part of it, I know that you say we are going to regulate what happens before, but is there a board that tests the coffee after it's already been picked and says, okay, this is a passing one, this one is not so good, so we're not letting it out?
Right, that's what we do at the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority. We ensure we are the sole exporter of coffee. So once the coffee goes through the steps and is ready to be exported, it comes to us. We do what is called a quality assessment to ensure that what comes in is actually what is, and what the customer is going to get is what is. So, as I said, there's a standard from start to finish.
Yeah.
So when it reaches the consumer, he knows, and that is what I think guarantees to our customer and the Japanese, that when they get something from Jamaica, coffee from Jamaica, they know that this is what it says it is.
Yep. I suspect the Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority not doing this for free. What about the farmers? How well do they do in the whole scheme of things?
The farmers are impacted by the cost of inputs, and so, especially with a devaluating dollar, the price of inputs are always going to be fluctuating. So they are impacted that way, and so we try to implore them to increase efficiency to ensure that they get the maximum out of what they put in.
I don't want to jump in, but it sounds like they don't do as well as they could.
They could do better.
Okay.
Straight. No around the corner,
Yeah.
farmers,
Dan,
pants.
we're talking about Japan and Jamaica here. What about other communities?
Well, what we've just done last week is to sign an MOU with JACRA, Jamaica Agricultural Regulatory.
Yes,
I
it's
have
a
a problem.
mouthful for us
Commodity
too.
Regulatory Authority.
I'll say
sorry.
it for you.
And with the Jamaica Coffee Exporters Association. And the whole point of that is we need to start managing and marketing jointly this treasure that we have. So we've agreed that we're going to come up with an international marketing strategy for Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee.
And that's how Jampro
And that's how
got
Jampro kind of
involved.
comes in. So we look at, as I said, the visitor market, but also beyond the visitor to the international market. So we're looking at new markets. So China is one of the growing markets, not so high in per capita consumption, but it's 1.4 billion people. So you only need
Each
0.1%.
person to have one cup.
Yeah, man.
Already, that would be
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, man.
So they have a growing coffee culture, and that's what's interesting is for us to really position ourselves at the premium end of the coffee market. And that's what we also have to do. US, UK, Canada also have these premium coffee experiences. And that's what we're really working towards.
Fantastic.
I just want to jump back to the farmers. How do you get them to their full capacity?
There is continuous training, continuous awareness. But I think what they want is to have a continuous supply or outtake of that production. So once there's a consistent market,
So coffee not seasonal, is the whole year thing or what?
it's whole year in terms of it's 1 year. Seasonal, so it comes in once per year. But
Okay.
you have to be attending to it right throughout
Right
the year.
around.
Wow.
But I think it's important that the farmers also are part of the whole value chain, so
Right.
that the farmers get their fair share of the whole profit margin that is in the coffee.
Which is what I was trying
And
to find out.
Yeah, and that means that we have to get closer to the consumer so that we are getting more of that
Right.
margin over the whole coffee chain, because you know the farmers have to get a portion, the buyers have to get a portion, the exporters, and then the retailers.
Yeah, everybody has to get something.
Exactly.
So in terms of the celebration, what exactly should we be doing today? Is there anything specific, anywhere specific we should be going?
The first thing you should be doing is starting your day right.
Well, thank you, my darling.
And so we think that both of you should.
Thank you so very much. I don't have one of those tubular things that they have, but we'll definitely try it with a percolator.
It says Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. Is only one area in Jamaica coffee is grown?
No. Coffee is grown outside of the Blue Mountain, but that's the demarked area. That is the recognized area as the prime.
But so the other coffee farmers, they get involved in this coffee thing, even though it's not Blue Mountain, they get involved?
We implore everybody to drink Jamaican coffee. Just now.
Fantastic.
You know, when you're marketing a premium product, what you market is the super premium product.
Right.
And the other products will
fall into line kind of thing.
Yeah.
they will be pulled along by the consumption of the top brand. And so we are really focused on Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee because today is the day of celebration. And what we want people to do is to not only have their coffee at home, because Jamaica tends to be a country of instant coffee. We want you to go into the coffee shops, you know, the Cafe Blues, the Cannonballs, the
Brewed Awakening?
Brewed Awakening, thank you. We want them to go into all these coffee shops and experience a real cup, because you need to make Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee with mineral water. You don't want tap water because it has a lot of chlorine in it. It'll have some limestone residue. You need pure water as nature intended.
I will make sure and go and get a bottle of spring water and try.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
President of the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, Dan Edwards, and Acting Director General of the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority, Guston McCook III.
After that mouthful, I don't know about the third part, but you work with it for now. Even more coffee in your cup. Our friends from Brewed Awakenings are steeping in and seething and simmering when we return from the break with some cup.
He's a Korean.
I know, right?